This is the Wood TV Live Desk.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from our mobile Wood TV Live Desk. We're out at the Amway Grand here downtown Grand Rapids for the CEO Summit here 2022. Joining me this morning, we're talking to CEOs, executives all throughout West Michigan. I have Carlos Sanchez. He's with Ferris State Grand Rapids. He's the director of Latino Business and Economic Development Center. Mr. Sanchez, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Appreciate you taking the time here. So how does it feel to be here? You know, it's been a remote event. We're kind of getting past COVID a little bit. How does it feel to be back in person?
I think it's fantastic. Some of us have been able to be out and talking to people, but and some others have not. And so it's very interesting to see people after a couple of years, right? And I think you can almost feel kind of the energy in the room, which is fantastic.
Tell me about your role a little bit with Ferris State Grand Rapids.
Sure. I've been at Ferris for 10 years now, and I run two programs that are centered on the Latino community in West Michigan. One is a leadership program for Latinos. It's in English, and it's called Líderes. It's been going on for 10 years, about 150 graduates of that program. And the other program is entrepreneurship. We teach entrepreneurship in Spanish, again, for the Latino community. And here in Grand Rapids, we've been doing that for about 5 years now. That's what I do.
Tell me a little bit about those, kind of those courses and those opportunities to educate through the past 2 years and trying to navigate through COVID and any kind of economic downturn, especially for, people coming right out of college and trying to get into the workforce.
Well, and like many other people, we had our program. We were running it in person, and we had to adapt, right? We went from 1 month from being in person to second month. Now we do it on Zoom. And I was sending links here and there, and we adapted, and we did that. We finished that course. But then for the second session, which was still in COVID, we had to shrink the group of people just because if we were going to be in person, we can be comfortable, safety distance and whatnot. But everybody rose to the occasion. To be quite honest, I thought that we would have more challenges, but people felt the need to continue the program that they were embarked on, and continue with that regardless of some technical difficulties. But also that made us discover the gap in those like the digital gap that exists in for some of our Latino community.
Tell me how, kind of overcoming that and kind of using it moving forward has benefited you or benefited students, that digital gap.
Well, now understanding that is the case, that some have this digital gap, what I do is when I talk to libraries, for example, right, I tell them, please don't close them because we have some of our participants might be using their Wi-Fi, right? Incidentally, sometimes the coffee shops, the burger joint, right? People park in the parking lots and use it, right? So I guess what we've done is we've become more conscious of it and understanding, making sure that the individual is prepared for that, and also think about how can we lower that barrier, either through lending a laptop, for example, or a hotspot, something like that. We keep thinking about that now because we finally can do it in person. Now we keep that kind of like in our emergency kit, if you will.
Tell me a little bit more on today's involvement. Something that you're looking forward to. We're still early on in the morning. Aside from the camaraderie of just being back in person.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. One is, frankly, I'm here to recruit for my programs, right? So I'm talking to those managers, supervisors, CEOs of companies. I'm talking to them to see if they have Latinx staff that they can send to my program. I give them my business card, brochures, etc., and continue recruiting. That is one. Second is enhancing or bring again the importance of investing in the Latinx community. This is not just the Latino community. I mean, investing in communities of color, of course. But again, my focus is the Latino community. So investing in them, investing in their development, professional development. And last, once I am talking to them, well, hopefully they'll be able to support us also financially through a sponsorship, right?
Tell me a little bit about the importance of developing that talent here in West Michigan, and particularly West Michigan.
Well, to me, it's extremely important because if you look at the demographics, one, if not the only demographic group that is growing in numbers is the Latino community, right? Whites are, their birth rates are going down. African Americans are up, but not as much as Latinos. Asians, the same, not as much as Latinos. So if we don't develop that community, we're gonna end up with a community that is, of course, underdeveloped. I mean, that sounds easy, but just because of that, I want to make sure that they're developed. They can contribute to the betterment of this community, which is their community, our community.
What is one thing, and I want to ask everyone that I talk to today, what is one thing you would tell a recent graduate or just a young professional fresh into the workforce or just entering the workforce?
To not be shy about meeting people. I know it's really hard. I've been there. Probably you've been there as well, right? But don't be shy. Just kind of gain the courage, the internal courage somehow, and approach that person. Hi, my name is Carlos Sanchez. I just graduated from Ferris in business, in my business major. What do you think I should know today from you? I know a question like that. When you think about it, and now that I'm a little bit older, a lot of people like to talk about themselves, right? So if I was young and I'm asking that question from someone that is older than I am, I'm sure that individual will start just talking and dispensing knowledge and wisdom, but it just requires for that younger person to take the initiative.
Mr. Sanchez, I appreciate your time. Anything else you want to put out there?
No, just thank you very much for being here, and thank you for giving me the space. Yeah, just have a great summer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a look at our mobile Wood TV Live Desk. Again, the CEO Summit here at Amway Grand in downtown Grand Rapids. We're talking to CEOs, executives, business owners all throughout the morning. Stick with us over on the Wood TV Facebook page. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you around.